out. And again, just a little bit of ice if you're heading out the door. Be careful because it's not something that you want to run into. We're still watching that closure in Benbrook. Also a closure that we're seeing in the Colony, not a closure, but an accident right around 121. But Tashar is going to have more on that shortly. Kara? Oh, I'm so sorry. We are going out live to Sean Giggy. You cannot forget about Sean Giggy, right? Hey, Sean.
Hey, you know, some people say I look like Kara Sewell, but I'm not the one that wears the same dress as her live on air during our newscast. But I need to find that dress. It seems to be a popular one I saw on Good Morning America as well. We have moved locations, and how fitting is this gray and dreary weather for Groundhog Day? You know, this is the one time television really fails to capture the true excitement of a large squirrel predicting the weather. But one of the big issues we've talked about is ice. And these people right here, we've moved to Carroll and Deer Street, just close to Haskell. These people have been smart. They covered up their plants here, and which is hopefully what you did before this weather moved in. But ice is still an issue, which is why this plant here is covered up. It's bad on the sidewalks, but it's bad on plants. And I want to show you what I mean. If you take a look at some of the video we shot this morning, this is an area where we just came from. There was a large limb down in the middle of the street because of the weight of the ice. It broke that limb off, and this was on Haskell in North Dallas, and that limb had been in the middle of the street. There were cars that were slamming on their brakes trying to avoid it and slipping and sliding as they tried to brake. Me and photographer Justin Fuller eventually moved that branch out of the road so it wouldn't be a hazard to anybody else out there. But those are the kind of things that you have to be on the lookout for today if you are getting back on the roads as things start to melt. That might be the kind of damage, the kind of issues you could be dealing with today. So still not out of the woods yet, but as things warm up, continue to be safe, continue to be on the lookout, and just use caution as you head out and about as this weather finally passes. Megan Mitchell is in Tarrant County, and we're going to check in with her right now. Megan?
Yeah, and Sean, let me tell you, on the way here, it was pretty slushy. Those highways and some of the main roads actually look pretty decent. But let me tell you this guy right here who randomly decided to park right next to us within the last 30 minutes, this is what you don't want to do. If you are headed to the grocery store behind us, I'm going to actually point you to some of those cars right in front of the grocery store because it's a much safer option, because while this looks like slush, it's actually ice right now. So what can you expect if you do need to grab some groceries today? It's been a few days, of course, since many of us have been to the grocery store. For some residents, open grocery stores have been difficult to find. Call ahead, see if it's open. When you get in, a lot of store shelves might be empty from folks, of course, stocking up before the storm, and then the delay in transportation. Staffing might potentially be limited today as well. And hey, if you're making the call to see if the store is open, why not ask if they actually have the items that you need? Another thing that you might want to do is invest in some boots today, or get those rubber boots out, maybe not leather because it is a little bit wet as well, could damage that, because it is going to be a trick actually walking into the grocery store, but getting here, it seems to be much better than yesterday on the roadways. All right, I'm going to send it back to Mark and Kara in the studio.
All right, thank you for that, Megan. And it does feel a little bit like folks are ready. They are tired of being cooped up in the house. The kids are probably running crazy. I know mine have been. I haven't been there to see it personally, but my wife tells me that. So I know folks are really ready for this.
Benefits of the hotel next door.
Yeah.
And I will say, too, we talked to Encore earlier, and there are some outages here in our area. Don't get me wrong. There's several hundred of them. But we're not seeing anything compared to what they are looking at in the Tyler area and then down in Austin. So that is good news. The power grid, just check that, too. All good.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for those that were here a couple of years ago during that winter storm, I know this has been a really hard week for a lot of people. It is not as hard as it has been in years past, and it is for a lot of other folks. So I think hopefully some gratitude as we start to warm up an inch closer to 33 degrees this
But
morning.
keep sending your photos because we love to see them. We're going to have more team coverage. We're going to check back in with those too, because you can use our app and you can follow the weather and look at the radar. You can also upload photos in our Near Me section of the app, and it's free to download in your app store.